MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning. It is Thursday, if I'm keeping track of my days right.
It is. Almost Friday.
Weekend around the corner. Y'all got plans for the weekend, or is it just...
We have a travel ball tournament in Winona on Saturday. So, yeah.
So, when does travel ball start and how long does it last?
Well, they've been practicing for a little while. We'll go through the spring, So. It's a year-round pretty much thing. You have a little break, and then you start back. So, but it's a good learning experience for them,
You learn you're never at home.
Yeah, but it is fun,
I don't know if anybody else has watched that. Woo.
Yeah. But talking about travel ball, the gas prices, I'm not looking forward to filling up tanks and stuff. We might be going in a little smaller vehicle.
You'd have to. $5-6 a gallon.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's expecting. Have mercy. Let's see a few things that are going on around the area this morning. I mentioned this earlier. We had a wreck on I-20 in the wee hours of the morning. They got it cleaned up, but the fog played a part in that on I-20 near the Pilot gas station. 2 cars were involved. They got it taken care of. Also had a wreck last night in Zero. Foggy conditions. All's cleared up. But I want to bring this up. I mentioned it briefly a while ago, and of giving rides to people that you don't know.
Right.
Be careful on this. We had somebody last night give someone a ride up near Bonita, about all the shopping areas. Mm-hmm. They went to get out of their car, and they grabbed a laptop off their back seat, and they ain't been seen since. Mm. When they went to get out, they grabbed it and hauled britches, as they say. Be careful what you do trying to be kind to others. Some just don't.
That's right. It's a sad day when you can't try to help somebody because you're scared that they're going to harm you or steal from you or something like that. But
yeah. Good thing they done it before today started, because today's Amnesty Day. If you've got tickets and you have not paid them to the city of Meridian, let's go over here and take a look here. I think I still got Amnesty Day pulled up, and here it is. You can head on down to the courtroom there inside the police station from 8 to 5 today. That'll be kicking off, right now. And get a little break there and not be charged extra. Talk to them. It's one day only and one day only.
Right.
See if you can get a little break there on that. Parking tickets.
Yeah.
I know that.
Am I right by saying, if you don't pay them, they're going to.
Yeah, they are issue arrest warrants.
Yeah.
And you may not know about it until you get pulled over for going 1 mile over the speed limit.
Or not have a seatbelt on.
Yeah, and possibly another city, and they go, oh, there's a warrant out for you.
Yeah.
And you go, but I've never broken the law. Things of that nature.
That happened to somebody I used to work with. Just a great mother and, a good citizen, and
cuffed and stuff.
I guess had some kind of a ticket, like a speeding ticket maybe, or that I think what she thought it had gotten paid maybe, or something
or taken care of on the down low.
Something. Thought it was okay, but when she got pulled over because she didn't have her seatbelt on, we got a phone call. I'm in jail.
Oh, how embarrassing that would be.
Yeah. It was.
We get a note from Christy Belk there, $3.29 gasoline yesterday in Union, Mississippi. Cost $40 to fill up my Navigator, and I had half a tank. Mm-hmm. Do the arithmetic on that.
Yeah.
And it ain't over yet, as they say.
Yeah, but good morning to Laura Todd Lee, Bill Reinhardt, good morning to you. Miss Gail Gafford's watching this morning, good morning. And Cheryl Clark is in Nellyburg watching us. We
appreciate that. And also all the way there from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Miss Joyce Godwin. How are you doing? A lot of folks watching today. Union, Mississippi. We've got Michael Galloway. Mm-hmm.
In Union, yeah. And Elmer Talbert watching.
That's a few of the folks. We'd love to have you join as well. And I want to remind you of this. If you've never done this, you can watch us on YouTube also. Mm-hmm. If you've never gone there, Sam Media Network, type that in. You'll find the network and join it. One of the neat things, I had somebody call me this morning and said, did you realize that if you listen to it in your car on YouTube, that when your navigation system comes on, it doesn't cut off. It'll just talk over the top of us, and you can just keep right on going to where their Facebook would be interrupted as they're going down the road. Several different ways to watch us.
That's right.
And we appreciate you doing that. You can even do it. Let's see here. Let's do this. As you come to our website, you can also do this. Let me update this. You can pull up here and come here and you can watch us live just by clicking there. That's the live stream there. And as you go over here to our page, same thing. You can go right there and it's right there in the box. You can play and watch us. It'll be live there. So check it out. Several ways to watch us.
Just don't be trying to comment while you're driving.
Yeah, you can't do that. Predictive text.
Right.
Oh, we do begin this morning with some good moods. And let's see here. Over in Scott County, don't be using the county's credit card for stuff that you want to buy, like gasoline for you and all your friends.
Yeah.
Shad White has made an arrest, and here we go. Embezzlement there, and they're asking for $50,000 back. Tony Macon is his name. They don't play over at the state office there.
No, they don't.
That's one of the arrests that's been made.
We had to send him to Washington.
He could do a
job
lot
in Washington. He better clean the house up there.
And, does he have bigger things in mind for the state of Mississippi? He may. But we will say he's doing a great job at what he does now.
Yes.
So we'll watch that. The Meridian Police Department made an arrest yesterday, this time a murder charge. Have you seen this one?
No, I had not.
And here we go. They made this arrest yesterday. Tina Darling is now behind bars. And all of this behind, and why? It was a murder that happened on October 12th at 4 a.m. in the morning. This was Carl Richardson who was murdered. He was found on the side of the road with a gunshot wound to the head. She has been arrested, and as I've said before, you are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Was this the person around the old village apartments? Or?
16th Avenue and 22nd Street.
Okay, that's not it, man. No.
Different one. There's been so many.
Right. It has.
It's hard to keep up with which one is which. But a case there of we'll see what happens. Goes to court and find out what the sentencing is on that one. That one was arrest yesterday. We also had another arrest that happened yesterday, and I think I've still got that one open. I may have to pull that one up here in just a moment there. Of the gentleman, we heard about a stabbing yesterday morning early, and someone was dropped off at the hospital. They did. They put out a bolo on this guy and said they needed to find him. And fortunately, yesterday afternoon it was. As we pull this up, Robin Brown has been charged with aggravated domestic violence. And you go, well, what does all that mean? He stabbed someone.
Right.
And multiple times in the neck, all the way up here through the ear. It was pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been fatal.
It's close to it.
Yeah.
So we watched that. And as we always try to help puppy dogs as much as we can. I thought we'd pull this up. Anybody need a dog out there? There you go.
Pretty dog. Look at those eyes.
Yeah, this is Sky.
So pretty.
As you look at here, you want to see another picture? Less than a year old and needs a forever home.
Yeah.
Now
Sweet puppy.
$20 takes this pup home there. And that's the number you can call right there on your screen, 485-2325, if you'd like to give Sky a home. Now, don't forget, we've got Raven and also Finn that we featured over the last 3 weeks. Still need home. A lot of people have come in, but for whatever reason, just didn't adopt those two pups.
Yeah.
They need a home. And you hate to say, but you know where I'm going with all of that. But if you could save them.
Somebody does. Go get one. They're so cute.
They are. I got a lot of messages yesterday afternoon of going, what is going on Highway 19? Cops everywhere. They're flying. Well, I picked up the phone and I called Eric, and I said, what's going on in Neshoba County? He goes, well, we just made an arrest. And as we pull this up, Eric Clark and the gang there, boy, they stayed busy in Neshoba County. There was a drug deal going on in-house. They intercepted it. They broke it up, sort of messed up their plans there. The two drug dealers or drug takers, however you want to word that, went separate directions. The police split. One of the chases went down Highway 19, and that's where I started getting all those calls of what is happening. They caught up with them, blocked the road. It was about a 5-mile chase as you get into this. Both offenders were arrested. They're going to send us the names and what they're booked and the charges are here in just a little bit. But two bad guys off the street there that won't be selling drugs there in house anymore. And I think the people in Neshoba County want that.
Surprised we didn't see that. We were kind of coming down that way. I had gone with my daughter up to Philadelphia to her pediatrician's appointments. So, yeah. Goodness, I'm glad they got them, though.
Yeah, yesterday afternoon. Again, we'll update that a little bit later on as to who they are and what the charges are and what all they did have. I'm not sure which type of drug they had at the moment. We didn't get into all that last night, but good job.
Yes.
Neshoba County Sheriff's Department. Y'all got a lot going on for you in Neshoba County trying to get rid of the crime.
Yes, they do. A whole lot. Thank goodness that they're trying to get all these drugs off the streets, you know. I know they got a long way to go, but that's a start.
And I brought this up earlier, and I don't know if I had my next door neighbor a few years ago went to an ATM and had slid through the bank. I don't know. But he got a 20 and went in somewhere, and they said, you've got counterfeit money. He goes, no, I don't. I just got it from the bank. And, of course, there was camera footage to back up everything, so he didn't get in any trouble.
Right.
But Louisville, Mississippi has made the map. Is everybody aware of this? $7,000 has been recovered so far of funny money that is going across there. I showed this earlier also. This is video from Gregory's Food Mart where this guy comes in with the fake money. If you'll look at this, let me see if that'll work. He's got a 20 there, and he's going to buy some smokes, and he goes through it. She catches it. She looks at it closer. And if you'll look at the money, and be careful if you're in the Louisville area there, written on there, it has, this is motion picture money. And it also says copy money written on it. But you got to look at it.
You know, a lot of them will mark it with one of those little magic marker looking things that I guess if it turns a certain color, it's counterfeit. I don't know.
But let's pull up this picture where you can see a better picture of this. And if I thought I would have had this flipped. But right there it says only motion picture right there. And then on the back there it says this is copy money. You see the difference there? So look for that on your money. That's $100 bills.
Goodness.
And that could slide by. And that would cost you money.
Who would go to look for that? I know if I have a $100 bill, all I'm looking at is the 100. Usually I don't even look at the other.
I had someone send me a message this morning that said after I ran that story this morning, they were contacted by somebody that was trying to sell them counterfeit money. $500, I'll give you $500,000 in fake money. You go to messing with money, and that's like federal. Those little Secret Service people show up at your door, and they don't go away.
Yeah, they're going to get you.
Nothing is free, and especially money like that. That'll get you in the end. But apparently there's a big market in that in the United States. I even remember an episode of that on the Dukes of Hazzard. Do you remember that when Boss got a hold of some plates?
Yeah.
Many a year ago.
Gosh, there's so much bad things going on right now.
It is, and I hate to report bad stuff, but if we don't talk about it, you might not know about it.
I know.
And Robin said if you take that marker and put it on there and it turns black, it's counterfeit.
So I wonder what do they do when they do get a hold of a counterfeit bill? What do? Do they immediately say, stay put? Or they call somebody, or do they hit? I mean, what do you do?
Well, I would think you'd call the police, but
I mean, how are you going to do it with us?
Sometimes it could be a very bad person that might make mad.
Yeah.
And who knows what they would do. I've never been in that situation. I haven't, when I was in high school and in college, I worked Taylor's Pack Sack. I worked at Bailey's Grocery. I dealt with a lot of money back in those days, like these people. But been many a moon, and I never got any counterfeit money.
You know, I don't
it was
know.
always the woman pulling the money out of her brassiere, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to touch that now.
I don't know if it's just on the bigger bills or if it's on all bills, but how they have that little insert. Have you seen it?
The stripe?
Yeah, the little stripe that's got the. I mean,
Yeah,
I would think counterfeit stuff
me.
wouldn't have that on it.
It depends upon how good you are. And there's plates and people that really, and the key to what I've read online is the type of paper. It feels different.
Yeah.
United States currency is made out of a special type, and I guess that's worth a lot of money if they were to hijack something and be able to print it on on paper that they use.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. But that's a few of the things. Now, Louisville, Winston County, y'all be ready for that. I'm sure that there's more floating around in the county that you haven't seen yet. Yeah. We don't want you to be taken advantage of with this stuff by any means. More coming up. Don't rush off. The morning is just getting underway with Scotty Ray and Candace, and we want you to be a part of it right here.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
On June 30th, 2021, the FDA alerted the public that Philips recalled certain CPAP devices due to concerns regarding its polyester-based polyurethane sound abatement foam. This is a Class 1 recall, the most serious type of recall. Use of these devices may cause serious injuries or death. If you're diagnosed with long-term, permanent, and life-threatening health complications, your illness may be linked to your use of a Philips breathing device, and you may be entitled to compensation. Call Richard Swartz & Associates for a case evaluation today.
What did Iris just tell us on comments?
Said that they got $100 bill at the peach stand once, counterfeit, and the guy ran, and then they called the police, called the popo.
The popo?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was referring back when she was 15 and she almost got a date and she had to chase him down to get it.
Okay.
Go, girl.
Lord. Denise Burnside said that she was at in line, I guess, at the register, or I was at a register one time. A lady in front of her gave the cashier counterfeit money, and the cashier gave it back to him. Like, wouldn't take it and gave it back to him. So, and they're supposed to keep it, she said. So, yeah, if you work in a store, I'm sure you've been trained to keep it. But if you didn't know, don't give it back.
Is it just 20s, or are they inspecting 5s and 1s now for counterfeit? Does it go that?
I don't really. I know the 20s is the big thing they mark. You know,
watermark. Is
yeah,
that
I haven't really had many sit there and mark $1 bills or $5 bills.
I've even heard of people photocopying money and trying to put it in Coke machines to fake a Coke machine off to get a free drink out of it. Just words. I don't know. Boy. Well, this morning as you're waking up, I'm sure you've heard by now, all major networks last night cut to what's going on across the pond. And we've got trouble in Ukraine. Yeah. Russia has fired.
They have. And they're moving in. And as of this morning, they were saying the next target will be try to get to the president of the Ukraine, of Ukraine. So, and it was said that he had told all the citizens that they would get a gun if they wanted it. He would give them all a gun.
Well, they better be grabbing.
To be able to defend the country. Everybody could help defend the country. But it's a mess for sure, you know.
And, you go back and look at history. Why did the Japanese not invade our homeland? Because that reason only, that most Americans had a gun. And they didn't want that. And we have people that want to take those rights away from you. Mm-hmm. and if they do, this is what happens.
Yeah.
So just a little heads up there. If you don't agree with me, that's okay. We can agree to disagree. But that's what happens when you take away from the citizens. You get overrun by other folks.
Mm-hmm. And, the scary thing is, he's warned that anybody that helps or tries to intervene in this going on, that he's going to.
Well, there it is right there in black and white in front of us. Mm-hmm. Putin sends out this warning to the West, and the West meaning the United States of America, to anyone who considers interfering from the outside. If you do, you will face consequences greater than any you have faced in history, is what he sent to us. Now, if Trump was sitting there, I don't think I would be worried.
Yeah, right.
Because he would have already slapped something at him. Mm-hmm. Biden, I'm not so sure. Joe is kind of scary in a situation like this. What will become of it?
Yeah, and it really, it makes you wonder, because I heard like months and months and months ago, maybe even a year or so ago, that there were ships sitting, out in the water, like Russian ships off of the United States coastlines. They
monitoring
were out
us?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that there's been ships sitting for a while. That is what I heard. Might be wrong, but
could be something to it. Mm-hmm. Now, expect this, and this will most likely happen because they've done it together. Y'all remember when the pipeline was hit to where they ransomed? Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Pipeline got shut down. Expect more of that. And that's how they will first start doing things to us. I want y'all to keep that in mind. Yesterday, let me pull this up. He was asked, did he underestimate?
Do you think he may have underestimated Putin?
And he sits, this is him, he's just sitting there. They ask him, did you underestimate? You see his mouth moving yet? Mm-mm. It just continues there, and he starts picking his teeth.
Well, that right there tells you I'm unconcerned. I'm not even really listening to you, I'm in La La Land, another world. It is a scary situation, knowing that that he's in charge. It really is, and the only thing we can do is pray about it. I'm telling you. It's a mess.
We have become a country, and this is what really bothers me of the big picture. We're more worried about fighting amongst each other of what bathroom a man should use.
Yeah.
Men wearing dresses in the White House that work for this. That's what our focus is. And, you make me mad, I'm going to sue you. We're so consumed with these things that don't matter to when there's people that want to take our freedoms away and do away with the United States. Yeah. Somebody needs to step in and here's the word for it, be a man. Right. Stand strong. Let the United States be protected. That is what has to happen. We cannot continue with this fighting amongst ourselves over what bathroom to go to. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. We got to get it back right.
Well, I said yesterday, only God is going to be able to help this country, this nation, this world. And I do believe that. I think, and like you said, we're more concerned with stuff like what you just mentioned. We're more concerned with, and look, I am as guilty as anybody else that I'm talking about. We've all been guilty of getting too busy trying to get to this place and that place, and let's see how many sports we can put our kids in, and let's see how many, how long we can work hours. Stuff like, we don't put enough emphasis on God. We really don't. None of us.
That's what runs the nation. And, that's what's protected.
That's right.
But we all know the ending result. It's written.
Yeah.
Y'all all read that, and when does that happen? I'm not ready for that to happen, are y'all? I'm not.
I know.
So pray for America. It's a good thing there. Kyle Rittenhouse back in the news again. This time he says he's going to sue LeBron James for all those ugly remarks he made about it. Now, on that one, does he really have a right? Because that guy's not in the news. He just made a comment about him. Does he have the right to go after him for saying all that?
Well, I think LeBron James was pretty vocal on a lot of different situations. I think he's been
Well, he's very outspoken.
Uh-huh. So I haven't kept up with all that he's said. So, I can't really comment on that, other than I think that everybody who has said anything against him that could be like a defamation, lawsuit, I think they need to be held accountable.
If you'll remember when Kyle was crying when he gave testimony, you remember that part there that they showed that LeBron James jumped on and said it was all fake, that wasn't real, and made a big to-do out of it on social media. And so he goes, well, wait a minute, coming after you.
Yeah. But yeah,
my question was, since he was not an actual media person, I guess you can do anything you want. But we'll see. Mm-hmm. More comes out this morning. Bob Saget. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Mm-hmm. But now they're saying they think he was in the bathroom, maybe after getting a shower, falls down and hits his head on the marble floor. He's knocked out for 4 to 5 minutes, and then he wakes up and then goes to bed. And they think that's what may have killed him. You think that's
How
a
do
line
they know
there?
that,
Autopsy. I don't know forensic enough to know what you can tell from that.
Well, what about all the other?
Well, they're saying when he hit the floor was massive on that marble floor, and it caused all of it at one time.
It makes you wonder about all the other spots that they were talking about were found on his head, though.
I was fully expecting this to lead somewhere else before we got to that motel room, that something went on.
Right, something. You never know.
But this is just tragedy. And I don't know if you'll ever really know what went on, because there's no cameras in rooms to backtrack of what happened. They only know that he never opened the door back up. He went in at 2 a.m. and was found 12 hours later.
But there were no drugs or alcohol or anything like that involved, supposedly.
To my knowledge,
that they said. I think that's what that they did. The conclusion they came to.
And I suppose that you can, getting out of a shower, I think every one of us, wet feet, you don't put a towel down, you can slip.
And if he was tired, if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, he had bound to be tired,
Yeah.
I don't know. But I don't know.
That's big news today. And we'll continue to be there.
It's an awful situation, though. I know his family. They're probably still in shock, I know.
They are. Nancy said that Trump addressed all of this last night on Newsmax. I missed it. I was looking at the fire that happened in Meridian last night. And did we show that yet, the fire that went on last night? Let's go down to this. This was huge in Meridian. Let me go back up and find this and share this with you for a moment. Last night I got a message that there's a fire in Meridian. What do you know about it? Where is it? And let me go over here. This would right off of 8th Street, where Calvary and the cemetery is, Rose Hill Cemetery. Right behind it, an abandoned home caught fire. Here's the scene from the 3-foot building. Look right here. I'm going to turn the video on. Right there on this part of the screen. Here it comes. Look at this. Massive fire.
Oh, my God.
Meridian Fire Department was there. There was no way to save the home. But that's what things look like. That almost looked like Sherman had come back to Meridian, I'm sure.
That is a massive fire.
And I think I've got another picture of it that came in this morning. It's not as clear. But let me jump over here and pull this up. Let me refresh this and pull this up. Another angle of the fire last night is it showed up this morning that I got. Here we go. Let's pull this up right here. And again, this is a little bit blurrier. But that's those flames that were shooting really, really high.
Hopefully nobody was in there. We've talked about the homeless going into abandoned homes and trying to keep warm by maybe starting a small fire.
So that was happening there. Remember our boys that work for the fire department, they earned their money.
Yeah.
They get lots of calls as well that have not anything to do with fire. Someone chokes, they get called out to help. There's a lot that the fire department does. And if you go back and watch some old shows, Emergency and things like that, that's really what they do.
Well, my grandmother used to have one of those little, I forget what you call them, but they're alert.
Oh, you rang your neck.
Well, the fire department come, the police come. I mean, it's like several different people come at the same time.
Push up a button.
If you push the button. And there was a couple of times where she had fallen and had to have help. And so I guess everybody, when they can't get you to speak, because in the house there's a little box and they can come on and speak to you if you're in the home. But if you're not, like say in the yard or something, they just come on. So
that
we
reminded
appreciate
me
all
of
them.
Eddie Murphy Coming to America. Remember when you go, wipers?
Yeah.
That's when you're mega rich.
Yeah. But we do appreciate all the first response people.
Robin said she saw the post about that last night, and it was there. I bet that was of you standing there on top of the 3-foot watching that. Yeah. You can see a lot from up there.
I've not been up there yet.
Send me a
I
video.
didn't want to go. I went in the lobby, though, on the day of the history walk. You could walk through the lobby.
Yeah.
And I did go in there. And years ago, I went in the 3-foot deli when they were in there.
I forgot about the deli.
I used to work at a jewelry store around the corner and would walk over there and get a lunch. So
this is just so hard to believe because if you go down where Outback Steakhouse is, where Gaylord's used to be, at one time a big Kmart store sat there. Anybody remember all that?
Yes.
Well, it went away and they put in that new strip mall there. At one point, Kmart was Walmart's biggest rival, over 2,000 stores. Look at that headline of how many Kmarts are left in America this morning.
I can't believe it's only 4.
4. And will they close? I don't know. 4 stores left. Can you imagine? And we see that shrinking like JCPenney. We see that with Sears and Roebuck. Yeah. Back in the day where Sears and Roebuck shaped America because all of America ordered their houses, their clothes from that catalog.
Yeah.
Then the catalog went away. We've seen the newspaper disappear. There's going to be radio is fading. The way America gets their information, like you're watching us now, whether it's through your phone, that's where things are heading, and it's changing and shaping America in a whole new way.
I used to go to the Kmart though.
Blue light special
when
down at
my
Kmart.
little girls were little. I mean, I did. I would go. They had layaway.
Yes, sure did.
They used to have layaway. Lay away the clothes for the next season.
That's
pay on them a little,
That's a thing of the past.
I don't even know if you can do that anymore. It was very convenient though when my kids were younger because I would always right when they'd put out the seasonal clothes for that season, it'd be still hot, and I'm like, who's gonna buy? You could lay them away. You could pick out what you wanted and put them on layaway, and when the weather started getting cold, pull them out and. You didn't have to pay for it all at one time.
Nancy says she used to go to the Kmart.
Yeah.
But Or am I just the oldest person in the room right now? You do remember Gaylord's sitting there,
Yes,
right?
I do. But was it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same place as Kmart.
I remember going to Gaylord's, but I remember Service Merchandise. You remember that?
Yes.
Over on the other end of town.
Which I absolutely did not like.
Why?
You had to take a piece of paper, go pay for it, and then go to a conveyor belt for them to find it for you. I'm a hands-on type person. Hand it to me, let me leave. Don't make me hold a piece of card. That just that never worked for me. Did you like that?
I don't remember that part of it.
Yeah, that was their big thing.
Okay.
You had to, every item in the store, you had to take something off the shelf, go up there and pay for it. It's like when you buy electronics now at Sam's, that's locked up. You take the piece of paper and pay for it, and then they go fetch it for you.
See, I was in like junior high school, and so it was before I was driving. I do know that. And I remember getting ladies, do you remember when the gold filigree rings were big?
I don't know what that is.
Well, it was like just a solid gold ring, and it'd have like a design, You know how a snowflake has cuts all in it?
Yeah.
Okay, there was cuts all in the design like that. I think, But anyway, they called them filigree rings, and it came from there. And then I had a pink ice ring. I don't know if anybody, if you're a woman, you know what a pink ice ring is.
I had you pegged for a mood ring girl.
No.
Where you take it and rub it on your stomach and pull it out and it changed colors. You remember that? You do know that, right?
Yeah, I do. Uh-huh. But no, I didn't have the mood ring. I had the pink ice.
Denise Burnside showing her age this morning as she goes past Service Merchandise and goes back to Wilson's. I remember that also, too. That's been a while. Then you had Quincy's that sat on the hill there next to that. No, Burger Chef was down in there, if I remember. Where
Peavy's in North Hills is now. Was that a Service Merchandise, too? What was that? That was something. Howard's.
North Hills. Howard Brothers was Cloverleaf Shopping Center. Where are you at? And explain to me.
Peavy's over there in North Hills.
All right, and we're at North Hills.
Next to is it a Sefco down there? It sits right across from Waffle House. You know where I'm talking about.
Oh, PV headquarters.
Yeah.
There was nothing there before that I remember.
Yes, it was. It was something there. Howard Brothers. It was. I remember it.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe I just didn't go to North Hills that much then. I do not remember that.
It was.
But Howard Brothers, I know, was over at Cloverleaf.
She said there was two Howard Brothers. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
So we were both right.
And that
right?
ties into the Duck Dynasty family.
Okay.
One of them's wife, parents, her mom and daddy used to own that.
So if you're not from Meridian, you've gotten your history lesson about our town.
There you go.
This morning.
I learned something.
What was where. Yeah.
Huh.
But I miss those stores. I do. Anyway.
And somewhere Broadmoor became North Hills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If that slipped up on you. Let's see.
I still call it Broadmoor.
Yeah, it's a habit.
Broadmoor Shopping Center.
Yeah, those were the days. And what you'll find there is Ace Hardware is what's there now.
That's right.
Let's talk about Godwin. They do a lot of things, and a lot of it is cleaning. They help you. They've got so much to choose from any business in town, and this doesn't take all day and interrupt your business. I want to remind you of that. They come in, they get their cleaning solutions, and they go to work. They'll work around your schedule after hours, however you want to do this to get your business looking good. That's tin that's been cleaned, makes it look good. Brick walkways. Everybody's got a sidewalk around, whether it's concrete or brick, or your steps. Bring them back to life, even your little statues that sit out front.
That's right. Some people think they need to replace things, but as we can see right here, it just needed to be cleaned really good.
Yep.
Would have never known it was brown.
Never in a million years. Asphalt roofs, slate roofs, see them. That's a different type of roof there to look at.
And see that up on top, I would have thought that was a damaged roof.
It does have that flavor of.
But it looks brand new when they clean it off.
Mm-hmm. See them. Visit those chimneys. Get those cleaned again. Get your home on a schedule. They'll do that at Godwin Cleaning Services. Fleet washing as well, windows, anything to that nature. Talk to them. Mississippi office at 601-253-8262 is the number. They'll help you. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Fresh Idaho potatoes, a 8-pound bag, $3.99. California navel oranges, a 4-pound bag, $5.99. Yellow onions, a 3-pound bag, $2.49. Whole pork loin, $1.89 a pound. And New York strip steak, family pack, $8.99 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Yes, we remember TGNY. Toys, guns, and yo-yos.
Mm-hmm. TGNY. My grandparents lived over behind the college over there behind. College Park. And so TGMY was one of the stores we went to very often. That and like Woolworth in the mall.
Yeah, that'll remind you of what was the movie? I've been banned from Woolworth. And he wanted to know, is it all the Woolworths or just this one?
I miss the old mall.
I don't.
I do. I used to work in the old mall at the Traditional Jewelers. I worked there, and it was always fun. I'd have to go get me an orange Julius.
Remember that
drinks.
store? I just got a text, and this is just to let everybody know, if you play the stock market, it has just plummeted.
Oh, goodness.
And, of course, this would have to do with what's going on with Ukraine and Russia. But stocks, and remember, you haven't lost any money unless you sell something. Keep that in mind, but stocks just plummeted.
Oh, goodness.
They will shrink even worse before this is done. This will make inflation worse than it is now. Not to be the bearer of bad news, but somebody needed to tell you as we begin this day. All right, let's go back in history and look at a few things. This guy was one of the most brilliant men that ever breathed a breath, and he done a lot for society. Steve Jobs was born on this date back in 1955. He would go on to make Apple and Pixar and all types of companies that really shaped America.
Yeah. Who's your favorite person?
Mr. Attitude has a birthday today. Sammy Kershaw was born in 58. One of the probably greatest traditional country singers there ever was. Just lacked being able to get along with others.
Yeah. Goodness.
I remember this song. Y'all, who remembers the song "Bad to the Bone"? Bad.
Yeah, I do.
George Thorogood, the guy that sang that, is celebrating his birthday. Born back in '62.
Okay.
Do you have that
I
CD?
didn't know. No, I didn't know who sung that. No, I didn't have the CD. The only time I remember hearing it, didn't they play it at like the rodeos when the bulls would come up? Yeah. Yeah, they play that.
Liesl would have that in the background, and Jeremiah was.
Yes. Oh, Liesl.
Miss Liesl.
Yes.
But Jeremiah, boy, I had a 3-dog night. 1974, you would sit down and get to watch a TV show called McCloud. They would have a special guest on there, and at the time, he was big. Take Me Down Country Road. Y'all remember that? John Denver would be the guest star tonight on McCloud. He played a sheriff's part there.
I would have never picked him as a sheriff's.
The cowboy hat didn't go with John Denver.
Nah, yeah.
And if correct me if I'm wrong, was John Denver one of the first that went on the Muppet Show and made that really big with the Muppets? I remember John Denver and the Muppets. Was he one of the first?
I don't know if he was one of the first, but now they used to have guest people on all the time, stars and different artists on there. But I watched the Muppets.
It was quite the show, Miss Piggy.
It was, yeah.
You can talk about rap artists today and the bling that they carry with the gold chains and this, that, and the other, and they're always doing this. But country music was guilty of it too. We have to go back to all the 60s and 50s to find the first that probably started all of this, and they just took it to a new level. So I'll show you a picture. It was Webb Pierce that started all this with his car with all the guns on it.
Yeah, who didn't need a saddle in the middle of the...
I know. Have you ever seen the car?
No, I have not.
In the Country Music Hall of Fame, it has a gun on the trunk. He really went to a new level of putting things on that car. But Webb passed away on this date back in 91. That's been quite some time ago. I mean, and who doesn't have a suit like this to pop on and run down to the convenience store?
Yeah.
Those were
big in the day, though.
Nudie suits is what they were.
Oh, really?
Nudie suit. I've never owned one, of course. The same guy that designed that would go on to design the pants that Dwight Yoakam wore. He gave Dwight that tight pants look. He was the guy that made Elvis the gold lame jacket that is forevermore famous. He's met even down to Hank Williams, the notes on his coat. That guy designed all that.
Huh.
A walking history is what he is there. 1992, this would be released today to radio. Boy, how big it was. Who remembers Neon Moon?
I do. I remember it.
Like that song. Also, let's see a few other things that went on. You don't get any better than Ronnie Dunn. What a great group of people. I never liked this. I can remember hearing it thinking, if I could just reach the radio and break the knob, I'll never hear that again. Who remembers this song? 1973, it was number one. Killing Me Softly with his song.
You didn't like that song?
Oh, absolutely not.
Why?
It just, was whiny.
Oh, okay.
To me. Now, I'm sure that there are tons of others that really liked Roberta Flack and Killing Me Softly. So you sort of like.
I mean, I could listen to it. It didn't bother me, but you know,
it made a star out of her.
One I'd play continuously if I had it.
2006, you would wake up in one of the most beloved characters that ever graced your television thing. He brought you some Ghost, but you will remember him mostly as Barney Fife. Don Knotts passed away at the age of 81 on this date back in 06.
Now, wasn't he in the military? Or was he in the military?
Don't know.
At one time. Okay.
I don't know much about Barney other than he was Barney.
Yeah.
But maybe so. And maybe somebody else knows a little bit about Barney there.
I might
what he
be
done.
wrong. I thought he was at one time. I thought I'd seen that. But I used to love to watch. I still love to watch Andy Griffith.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
One of my
turn it on
favorites.
in a heartbeat if I see it. Yeah.
We brought up, it was two things that happened on this date. And I really, as a kid, I sat and watched this after Gunsmoke a lot. And I brought up McLeod a minute ago. And you would also remember him from Gunsmoke, Flipper, and a lot
Gentle
of
Ben.
other.
Wasn't he Gentle Ben?
I think he was on there also.
The guy, the little boy's daddy.
Yeah.
Drove the, what do you call those boats?
The airboat.
Yeah. Didn't he drive one of those all the time?
Sure did. Dennis Weaver would pass away on this date. And boy, he was just it.
Yeah.
It was to me
He
as
was
a
a good
kid.
actor.
But he was in a lot, and also that TV show. And they remade this back in the early 2000s about the guy that's y'all remember the name of this, where he's driving the car and the 18-wheeler chases him all across there, just keeps bumping his car and chasing him.
Oh goodness.
And he's
I
trying to
see
get
that.
away from. I don't know the name of it, but they remade that years later. Pretty
Okay.
good show. He made it out. You would also wake up back 2 years ago. Boy, it's hard to believe 20 was 2 years ago.
I know.
But Harvey Weinstein would be found guilty on this day of all those nasty things that he done. And you're right, Denise. He was in No Time for Sergeants with Andy. That was a good show there.
Okay.
Scott says he was in the military.
Okay. I thought I'd seen that.
And Bill says he's got an autograph picture of Mayberry Sheriff. That's pretty good.
Yes.
And a Mayberry Sheriff patch. Duel was the name of it, Bill said.
Okay.
Check that out. That was quite the movie. Now, at the time, they didn't spend a lot of money on it other than an 18-wheeler and his little red car that they chased in the middle of nowhere. Wasn't a lot of characters in it.
Okay.
It was directed by Steven Spielberg. I didn't know that. Look at what I'm learning today. A lot with that.
Y'all are so good to answer our stuff that we get a little stumped on every now and then.
I don't know everything. I try to learn a few things, but boy, y'all got it there. That's pretty good. Yeah. We're coming up on already 8:42 this morning. More on the way. Don't run off. We got some more news to tell you about what's going on in and around the area. Here with Scotty Ray and Candace. Stay close.
Remember, one call, that's all. I'm Richard Schwartz, and I'm here to help you.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, or conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace on a early Thursday morning. Again, as we hit close to 60, it's going to be hot.
Yeah.
78 degrees today.
I don't know why I was thinking it was going to be a cooler day.
Yeah, we're far from it. Matter of fact, while we're talking about the weather, let's just show you what's expected over the next few days here. 78 today. Then we'll get into the 50s tomorrow over the weekend. Not too bad. And then as we get into that next week on into there, it'll get warm again. But some cooler days and not bad. No rain over the weekend. Saturday and Sunday looks good. This is going to end by lunch.
Okay.
And then the Sunday afternoon will be fine. There you go. And we'd like to welcome Booker Electric as one of our sponsors of being part of the show. Thank y'all for being a part of it with us.
Thank you.
So let's see here. What you got on tap today? You cutting hair again?
Yes, I'm working. I am.
Yeah.
Going to my other job.
Do some split-end business as they speak?
Yes, do a couple of colors and
As we dig into this, and this guy has got a big-time job. He is the head of he's transportation secretary. We find out now as a news story broke as Mayor Pete, and I'm going to say his last name wrong.
Buttigieg, I think, is how they say that.
I'll never get that right. But they say he accepted over $250,000 in gifts from campaign donors. And then, get this, they might have ended up getting some contracts later. Is this happening in his new job? I'm sure there's people that's going to dig into this. But really, has he even worked? Didn't he take off like a year to stay home and be a daddy?
I don't know. I don't keep up with him. I think after I saw him, didn't he have a partner?
He's got he's partnered. But they adopted from what, and he just didn't show up to work for like 9 months. Really, no kidding. And that's a pretty important job. It's kind of like the same guy that's on Yellowstone that's been hanging out on top of a hill listening for a wolf that hadn't went to his job in like weeks. I'm telling you, he needs to go to work. They really lost me on that little plot there on Yellowstone.
I didn't care for that either. I don't know.
This season
I'm
wasn't as
not
good.
saying stuff like that doesn't happen because there's people who they believe that kind of stuff.
I don't know.
That's their what do you call that?
Belief?
Their beliefs. I don't know what
I
you
have
call
never
that.
gotten the urge to go smoke a peace pipe and sit out in the woods with no shirt on he was really there 3 weeks. And didn't eat nothing either. I just could not understand that. Lost me there.
He was seeing the wolf, like he would see the wolf everywhere.
Yeah. That's because you're delirious and you're hungry and you start seeing things. It's like a mirage. The hungrier and thirstier you do have these little visions of things.
Bill, he took family leave. I don't know if he's talking about Pete Buttigieg or the guy on the hill with the wolves.
Maybe they both did. Family leave.
Oh, goodness.
Back when I worked for other people, if you took off 2 days, you were trying to figure out how you were going to catch up. You didn't have time for those extended things.
Yeah.
It was called, you're not going to have a job when you come back.
Right.
There's, let's see here, 1,000 trucks. This goes back to the song Convoy, 1,000 screaming trucks. And they're leaving California, headed to D.C. It's going to take 11 days. Whew. Already, $500,000 has been donated to the truckers as they go there to protest in Washington peacefully.
Yeah, they're already requesting National Guard assistance.
Yeah, we talked about that. That's some of the most peaceful people there is. And then,
well, mark my word on this. I mean, even if they are as peaceful as they can be, they're going to be
mistreated.
Well, they're that, and I believe they're going to be made out to be
bad people.
Bad people causing problems.
I can see that.
I just hope they don't try to do the martial law thing like they did up in Canada.
1,000 trucks. That's a large statement.
Or did they do that in Canada? Did they do martial law?
Yes.
Yeah.
They revoked it yesterday,
so.
I read.
Okay.
And that way that they could seize their bank accounts, they could beat them up, they could arrest them, drag them off. They've already got the fence put up there. But again, let me remind you, as we had protests and cities were being burned to the ground, absolutely nothing was done. It was they were told, please stand down.
Mm-hmm.
They burned courthouses. You remember that?
Yeah,
and got away
I
with
do
it.
remember that. And then it's crazy, but I mean, I'm all for people standing up for what they believe in. You know,
you've got a right to protest no matter what it is. That's your God-given right as an American, but do it peacefully. I think everybody agrees with that.
So I said, pray for the truckers, and I do believe that's what we need to do. I mean, we do need to.
You know, here's a picture of that line there, but it's going to be a bunch of trucks headed that way.
I mean, I wonder, is it gonna? I mean, these people that are in the line, I mean, obviously they transport stuff. So, I mean, I don't know how many of them are coming. Is it going to put a halt on like any kind of transport and stuff that we might need?
It possibly could.
So just get ready. I mean, it could be a shortage of some things. You know,
we're still waiting to see if Chris Christopherson is going to be riding in the lead truck with a duck. We're waiting.
Goodness.
We'll see. Let's see here. A mom, this is not, if you had more parents like this in the world, we'd be a whole lot better off. In Detroit, a mother was watching television, and what does she see? Her son. They're showing video of him doing something he shouldn't have. He broke the law. Mm-hmm. He comes home, she grabs him by the ear and drags him to the police station and turns him in. That's how you get things fixed in America. It starts with the family. So I send out kudos to Chicago.
Yeah, I'm just that kind of mama, though. I mean, I agree with her.
He robbed something with a gun, and she took him on to jail. He's going to have to spend some time for what he done, but it's the right thing.
Well,
quit protecting people that are guilty.
I probably went a little too far. My child, took something one time at school, and I wanted to scare him to death. I really wanted to put the fear of God in them, because I'm telling you, it leads to bigger issues.
It does. You have to handle it.
And I called down there, and I was like, I have a child that took something. She was in, I think, the 3rd grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I just want you to scare the mess out of her, Well, what did she take? I'm like, I don't care if she took a pencil. It wasn't hers to take, So we went on down there and went through a few little steps. She was scared, and the whole time I just, as a mama, you feel bad, but you at the same time want to.
You gotta
teach
show
them the
right from
thing,
wrong.
and so, and then it ended. It was a little drawn out thing. It ended with her having to write by the detective guy that spoke to her and gave her some, really good words to think about. Told her, you got this choice, or you can write a 1-page report on why it's important not to steal.
That's good.
So she did, and I mean, to this day, I think it did make an impact,
Taught her a lesson.
Anyway.
Elton John got a scare this week. $90 million at 10,000 feet. There's an issue. Mm-hmm. His plane it had to have a mid-air hydraulic failure landing gear.
Right.
They landed safely, but they did have a scare. $90 million for a personal airplane. That's pretty expensive there.
That is. Goodness gracious.
So Elton, if you do that.
I would be so scared. Every time I've ever had to get on a plane, though, it worries me.
It's just like a car.
See, I can't believe you think that way when you are afraid of heights.
Yeah, I'm scared of heights. But an airplane, I can sit in the window and look out. It don't faze me one bit. Everything's a square up there.
Yeah, it is.
Not bad at all.
I was fine until I got in one and had duct tape on the window. And then I was
That's usually not good.
It's not a good thing. The casing of the window duct tape.
Yeah, a little chicken in the background you could hear clucking too.
Yeah. It was from Wichita Falls, Texas to Dallas.
She was actually on an episode of the A-Team trying to escape is what that was.
Hello, is there MacGyver on here? Where's MacGyver?
Yeah, there you are. Atlantic City is starting to be worried because the town is proposing that they do away with smoking in all the casinos. And what the casinos are telling them, we're already down 30, 40, 50% due to COVID. Mm-hmm. And if you enact a no smoking ban, it will kill us off. It will ruin the business. Probably 30, they've got it down to the T of how many people smoke. And I guess they keep track of that with cameras and this, that, and the other.
Right.
But it would be detrimental to their business if they ban smoking right now.
Probably so.
It just goes with the casino. It's part of it.
I mean, I would hate, smelling it, but at the same time, goodness.
I don't know if that'll pass or not, but Atlantic City, that's where it all is there. Y'all check that out. More coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace as we head toward the top of the hour. Boy, this hour has been flying by today. We hope you'll hang around. We got some more coming up. The back porch of Meridian is now open on Highway 19. Anything outdoors. Grills, fryers, pellets. And all grills come with free assembly. Whether you're looking for a cooler or custom woodwork. Plus local beef. Milk and ice cream from Beeson, products from Cyples Mills, spices, and a whole lot more. And don't forget to check out the She Shed, where you'll find authentic Louis Vuitton purses and more. And we can't leave out the spoon fudge. The Back Porch, Highway 19 North Meridian. Since 1985, Miss Rodney's Muffler Shop has been taking care of you. As a matter of fact, they're ranked as the #1 muffler dealer in the South Central Mississippi area. Still located on 8th Street where you can conveniently drop in. Well, they offer you all the Flowmaster and dual pipes that you'll need, any custom bending for your vehicle. They offer mufflers, muffler deletes, and even factory stock mufflers. They can even install a converter for you. 482-8211. 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and they're open until noon on Saturday. Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace on this gorgeous Thursday morning. Still foggy. Going to have that till about 10 a.m., so mark that in your calendars before you head out today.
I don't want fog. I hate fog.
Well, you can't see too good.
I hate trying to drive in fog. It scares me, especially with deer moving.
Warming up as today will reach 78. So not a bad day after all this kind of fades away. Atlanta, crime is out of control in Atlanta. And this was one of those cities that was, well, defund the police.
Yeah.
You've got every right to do what you want. Don't worry about it. Let them do what they want. Let's see what the statistics show us after they've done that. Oh, yeah, here it is. Atlanta, rape has soared by 236%. Rapes. You know why? There's nobody there to stop them.
Yeah.
Let's look at the murder rate now in Atlanta after they took away money from the Popo. Murder is up 43% as we look at this. Can y'all believe this? It's a woke town. And the more woke these towns become, the more crime increases. This isn't going to work against Russia. I just want y'all to know.
That's why that I was reading on there, and I remember it, the town of Buckhead, that's why they were making their own.
They wanted to annex from them. They wanted to start their own incorporation. Yeah. Crime was so bad. Have mercy. Have y'all heard this?
What?
All of this where they've been attacking Trump for the last, 2 to 3 years in Manhattan and suing him and trying to go after his company? 2 of the top prosecutors have resigned. I'll give you a guess as to why. There's really no evidence in this.
Yeah.
And they keep dragging it out. But they have resigned, 2 of them. Nothing has happened for a month. No one's been questioned.
What did we say his new media company?
The Truth. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Truth Social is the name of it. 500,000 people are on a waiting list to join. It's had a few issues there at the beginning with anything that kicks off. But that's it. First 72 hours, 500,000 people won. It's the number one thing on Apple now, the number one download. Stocks are rising in it also. I don't know about after this morning when we had the stock fall, but there you go. Nancy says there was a fire last night in Union also at the home of Edgar Ray. So I didn't catch that one. That's news to me there. Did it burn to the ground or not?
Yeah.
Fill us in on that. But that's news there as we watch what Trump is doing. Other Trump news, let's see what he's going. His lifetime CFO wants all charges dropped against him. They've drugged this out for 2 or 3 years on him also. Basically, I can sum up the headlines of all of those combined to, if you had a connection with Trump, you were going to get arrested for something.
I wonder about Rudy Giuliani. They really gave him fits. Going into his home.
Yep.
Got him disbarred, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got all kinds of problems.
I mean, just
all
craziness.
LaWanda says the house did totally burn there of Edgar Ray's. That is gone. Thanks for the update on that. Do appreciate that. Inflation soaring. Y'all be ready for this. What's her name here again? I never said Jen Pekaseki.
No, I think the P is silent. Saki.
Okay. You should have told me that to begin with.
There's been different variations of that last
Miss
night.
Saki there, she was quoted as saying, just go get a margarita. Inflation's not bad.
Yeah.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It is bad. As we go to other news story here, this is so sad because I have watched this. And the first, I didn't realize what I was going to watch. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere. A few years ago, a lady was on TV, and she's interviewing someone. And a guy walks up and murders her live while she's on television. Her father, ever since it's happened, has done his best to get that taken down. And he is still battling, trying to get the video taken down. But it's there. And I was not expecting what I clicked on.
Yeah.
But it was brutal. And if I remember right, it was a disgruntled employee that used to work there that murdered her. And I'm not going to show it because it's just one of those things that catches you off guard. But she was right in the middle of it, and he done that. But good luck to her dad of getting all of that taken down.
Yes. People are just evil.
So, yeah, I got another note there about Edgar Ray's house burning down last night. Okay. I'll get something posted on that here in just a little while. Boy, in Mexico, things are rough there. 6 people already murdered. And we're talking journalists. Don't talk about the cartel if you are in Mexico. They don't want you to. They're sending messages all over Mexico. We'll get you if you do. Whew. Well, we've already reached the end of our time this morning of some news stories. Hope you learned a thing or two. We learned some things from you.
That's right. And we hope everybody has a good day and do something good for somebody. Make their day.
All right. We'll be back tomorrow morning beginning at 8 right here. Thanks for dropping by.
Yes.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by